My name's Cheeky Sport Joe, and this is Arsenal Nation, the show that gives you the best Arsenal content out there. We've got two very special guests today. The first guest, he has an amazing platform where you might hear some guys saying, "Come on, you Gunners," and sometimes they scream, "It's not right, Robbie." That's right, the man himself, Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV. Oh, gotta love him. Second guest, my guy, he's got amazing hair. He's lived everywhere. Wherever he is, though, he represents the Gunners to the fullest. That's right, Hughwizzy!
What's going on, people?
Gotta love you guys, so we're gonna get straight into it, all right? Got some real intricate questions. The first question is, does the Champions League get in the way of the Premier League challenge? Let us know, Robbie!
No. It doesn't get in the way of the Premier League challenge, not in my opinion. I think it's a good thing. If you're going out and you're pitting your skills against world-class players in the Champions League, when you come back into the league, that should inspire you, you know? So I really don't think it gets in the way of the Premier League. I think sometimes it's too much in players' heads, all this thing about, I need a week off rest and stuff like that. If you're winning games, you want to play every single day. So for me, it doesn't get in the way.
All right, Robbie, I hear your point, but let's get Hughwizzy's opinion. Hugh, let us know what you think.
Personally, I do think it gets in the way, if only because, well, it's great for these big European nights away, you know, these massive games, these epic nights at the Emirates. Our focus is sometimes taken away. Have the players got the energy? Do we have the depth? And as a club, we're quite consistent in the fact that we seem to drop out at the same stage every year. So if we did have that extra time to recharge the batteries, to steer clear of those extra injuries, who knows what we could actually achieve?
All right, guys, look, let me just throw a spanner in the works, right? Would you guys take dropping out of the Champions League for 1 year to have a better campaign the following season?
What's a better campaign?
Yeah, are we guaranteeing a league win here? I don't know.
If it's to win the league, if we won the league, yes.
I think most Arsenal fans would snap your right arm off
if we won the league.
Offered them dropping out of Europe for one season so that we could win the league. But do we actually want to drop out of Europe, you know?
But I must say, I love the Champions League. I love going to all these different teams around Europe, and I love playing against the very best. I love when Arsenal are playing against the very best teams. So if we dropped out for 1 year and we could win the league, yeah, that'd be brilliant, but I'd still love the Champions League.
The other thing is, you're saying it's just a mentality thing, right? But be realistic about the quality of players that you're coming up against when you get to those upper echelon clubs, when you get to those final stages. Are we actually there yet?
We've got world-class players, mate. We've got good players. We can't say we don't.
We've got good players, but
we've got players that any other club would want in their team. Let's not forget that.
I don't doubt what you're saying, and you know, in some ways I agree, but I look at the Bayern Munich squad that we've just come up against, for example, and man for man, I'm not sure that many of our players would walk into their starting 11, as is the case if you reverse it with Bayern Munich walking into ours.
Hey, Hugh, some might argue that we've got the best record against Bayern Munich in the last 4 years, mate. We've beat him twice. We beat him twice, mate.
Yeah.
All right, guys, look, you guys are making some fantastic points, but I want you guys to remember Chelsea this season, Leicester last season, Liverpool the season before where they didn't have much to go for. They were challenging. Surely you can't tell me that it doesn't make a difference. Robbie?
Listen, but then you can point to teams across Europe like Barcelona who win the league, but they're always challenging in the Champions League. Real Madrid, PSG, Juventus, you know, there's loads of other examples to counteract that. It's all in the mind. If you're going to be a top team, you want to compete in every single competition. You want your standards to be high, and your standards are going to be high when you're playing against the very, very best teams in Europe.
Now, some might say that it wasn't just due to standards. Some might say that different teams were having changes, etc., managers. So it could be that. Hugh, your opinion, please.
My opinion, Joe, is that you sound like you really want us to drop out of Europe, mate.
I'm just saying, I'm asking questions, mate. I'm asking the questions the Arsenal Nation fans want to know, mate. It's your job. You're the guest. This is your platform.
Realistically, I don't think it's just a mentality thing, although I do think that it is crucial. I think that it is something that we need to grow on in terms of quality. And, yeah, winning mentality will definitely help. But if we can improve the depth of the squad and the ilk of the player that we're bringing in, and make sure that we get more world-class players who should be attracted to playing at a club like Arsenal, who are consistently in Europe, then we will have more of a chance of actually competing against those top sides like Barcelona, who have incredible experience at that level.
I want to win the league more than anything else, but being in the Champions League is important. It's important to attract players to your club. It's important to have all the top-level players. It's important for your players to improve their standard of game. And for me, Arsenal always need to be in the Champions League.
All right. Let's just get the final summary for this, because we can talk about this all day long. Robbie, does the Champions League get in the way of the Premier League? Very quickly, please.
No.
Hughwizzy, let us know what you think.
I mean, I'm split. I'm really split. I think it does actually get in the way sometimes. But yeah, I want to be in the Champions League. I want to win the Champions League, or at least get to the final again, so that we can have an opportunity not to be robbed of it again.
Well, that's the opinion from these two amazing Arsenal fans. You guys watching at home, let us know in the comments, what do you think? I want you guys arguing, talking. I want you guys to get going in there. Which leads us to our second question. Which player has the most to prove in the run-in to the end of the season? We started with you, Robbie, last time, so we're going to go with my man, Hughwizzy.
Football's a team sport, right? And if you start scapegoating individuals, then you really run the risk of alienating them. And as an Arsenal fan, I know what these players are capable of. I've seen the likes of Mesut Ozil performing at a top-class level. Petr Cech is one of the most experienced keepers in the Champions League and the Premier League in world football. I know the potential that a player like Granit Xhaka has and what he can offer the team. Francis Coquelin was so pivotal when he first staked that claim in that role. I think fans are right to want that winning mentality instilled all over the park, and we all expect more. Hopefully they can kick on in the latter stage of the season, because there is ample opportunity for people to put things right if they have been going slightly wrong. But we're a promising team, full of potential, full of talent, and if they kick on in the latter stages, then who knows where we'll end up.
What do you think?
I'm going to go for Granit Xhaka. He started off the season pretty well, but he's had a few problems with his discipline so far this season. I think he was very unlucky. I think it was the game against Swansea when he got sent off. Shouldn't have been sent off for that. And kind of he's been a bit of a marked man by the referees since then. And he's got to get his discipline a bit better than what he has so far. I also want to see him scoring more goals. I remember those bangers he scored at the start.
Robbie, man.
Everybody's saying to him, shoot.
Listen,
it's almost like he's saying no.
Let me say this much, right? Granit Xhaka is almost exactly what people have been asking for in terms of that aggression, in terms of that stability that we need in midfield. He's going to be an incredible player. He's got a lot of potential. He's still very young. He's got international experience. And he has had this finger pointed at him and scapegoated almost because of that Swansea challenge. But hang on a second.
But what
he's criticised for that aggressive nature that he's bringing to the side.
Doubt that
Petit and Vieira wouldn't have stood for it. Neither would Granit. And that's why I've got time for it.
I will say on the discipline thing is that if you remember when Patrick Vieira first came to Arsenal, his first season, his discipline was a bit shaky as well. But it's not just the discipline I'm talking about. We're going to need Granit Xhaka from now till the end of the season. Now that Santi's out, I think Granit is going to have to play a pivotal role in that midfield. He's got the ability. We know he's a top player, right? We know it's his first season as well, and it takes time to acclimatise into the Premier League. But I really think from now till the end of the season, he could possibly be one of our most important players. And he really is going to have to show it. He's really going to have to start delivering, because just to the fact that he is going to be thrown into that position from now till the end of the season. So, listen, I like Granit Xhaka. I think he's going to be a top player for Arsenal. I think he's going to even be a future captain.
And I want a player like that at Arsenal, because it's something we've been crying out for years. And for people to complain about it, I just find it laughable.
We're not complaining.
His passing is bang on. He can bang them from 25 yards. This is exactly what we wanted.
That's what I want to see. That's what I'm saying. From now to the end of the season, I want to see more being banged from 25 yards. And just tone down the discipline a little bit, because you've got to stay on the pitch, and that is very important. He's a marked man at the moment.
Yeah,
I truly think
in that position,
you are right in that. Sometimes he is picked upon by some of the referees, I do feel, but he's a marked man, so he has to realise that. And we need him on the pitch from now till the end of the season, because he's a very important player.
He's got a little bit of a reputation, right? But that's preceding him. And I think that's totally unfair. In fact, if you know anything about playing in a holding role, in a DM role, or in a box-to-box role, you have to bring your man down occasionally. You have to make the odd challenge that's going to sometimes go a little bit late in.
And you've heard from our fantastic guests. Let us know in the comments below which player has the most to prove until the end of the season. I want to get you guys talking in the comments, arguing, etc., etc. Now it's In Case You Missed It. And this month, it's a music special. Alex Iwobi and Reg Free 2. This is The Good.
Telling me I've gone clear, stop there. I'm the dark horse still rising. I've run something from Black Horse. I agree, the progress is insane. I see the fans got the shirt with my name.
Oh, you know what? I was actually kind of feeling that. I feel like writing some bars myself. All right, like I said, it gets worse. Here's the Romford Pele spitting Stormzy bars.
In my wit with Thierry Henry, that man was murky. He could roast teams like a turkey. Patrick Vieira, that man was our breadwinner. Opposition midfielders, he put the fear in. Pat was a skeng man, and was no West man, but he wasn't just a hard thing, his game was painting.
Oh my gosh, Ray Pizzy. Listen, mate, I won't be buying your album, mate. I'll tell you that for free. Next up, we have Xhaka singing, showing his vocals with a lovely lady in the car. Listen to this. Hey, Xhaka, seriously, man, if you need some vocal lessons, come to Cheeky Sport Joel. And finally, the Ox went to the Brit Awards with his Little Mix Sweetheart. Hey, Ox, let me know, mate, what is your favorite Little Mix song? What is it? That was In Case You Missed It. All right, that leads us on to our next question, the back four. That's right, you have 1 minute to answer 4 questions. Let's take it from the top. Robbie, what should you give up for Lent? Go.
You know, I was going to make it football related, but I think I've got to make it Percy related. I'm giving up sweets.
Oh my gosh. Go on, Hugh.
You know what? I was going to say chocolate because it rots your teeth and it makes you fat.
Oh, cheers, man. Cheers.
Second question.
Thank you, man.
Which Arsenal result would you like to erase from your memory? Go!
Oh, man, it's got to be that 5-1 the other day against Bayern Munich. Let me get it out of my head now.
I've got too many, mate. Wrexham in the Cup, Birmingham final, Champions League final.
You've only got one!
Naeem from the halfway line. I still can't get over that. The 8-2, maybe the Rashford last season. Yeah, United last season. I would have raised that.
It's a lot.
Check or Ospina?
Check.
Nah, Ospina for me. Ospina.
15 seconds left.
He's a great keeper. Come on, David. We still love you, baby.
Poet or Joel?
Oh, gosh,
Poet's
man.
my brother for life, but Joel, you're my man too,
I love
bro.
Joel, man. I love Poet, man. I can't. Joel.
Look at him trying to do
You're here, Joel.
Guys, you just about scraped it. I don't know how, because Hughwizzy can talk for days, mate, honestly. Ladies and gentlemen, Arsenal fans, this has been Arsenal Nation with fantastic guests, Robbie from Arsenal Fan TV and Hughwizzy. Make sure you check them out on YouTube. My name's Cheeky Sport Joel. Arsenal Nation, I love you, and I hope to be back soon. Poet, I love you too, bro. And we're out.
Come on now, you know it makes sense. Subscribe.